She used humble jersey fabric, then used mainly for men's underwear, to create stylish, sporty garments for women. The comfort and ease of these jersey dresses and sailor tops were a revelation. Women, especially the fashionable set Vacation by the Sea, fell in love with Chanel's relaxed but chic designs. By 1915, she'd opened yet another shop in Biarritz catering to well-heeled Europeans waiting out the First World War, and that shop did so well it enabled Chanel to pay back Boyd Capital's original investment by 1916. Chanel was now a rising star in fashion. Breaking fashion norms. Poor girl chic. Chanel's early designs were more than just new clothes. They were a rebellion against the stuffy fashion norms of the day. In the Edwardian era and into the 1910s, fashionable women were expected to wear corsets, layers of petticoats, and ornate frills. Coco Chanel did the unthinkable. She banished the corset and bobbed her hair. She offered clothes that prioritized comfort, movement, and understated elegance over rigid formalities. Her silhouettes were simple and straight, often inspired by menswear and the practical uniform she'd seen in the past. This was completely new territory, and at first many observers were shocked. One famous anecdote tells us of the celebrated designer Paul Poiret, known for his extravagant styles, encountering Chanel dressed in a plain black outfit. "For whom, madame, do you mourn?" he asked mockingly, suggesting her all-black attire looked like mourning clothes. "For you, monsieur," Chanel snapped back. In her trademark wit, she signaled that the old-fashioned order, represented by Poiret, was on its way out and a new era had begun. Chanel's confidence proved justified. By the end of World War I, women were ready for a fashion revolution. Harper's Bazaar declared in 1915 that any woman who didn't have a Chanel creation was hopelessly out of fashion. The ornate corseted look was dying, and Chanel's relaxed yet refined style was ascendant, fitting the needs of modern women stepping into more active roles in society. Chanel herself had become a symbol of the new liberated woman. She wore trousers, she drove her own car, and she socialized with artists and aristocrats alike. By 1918, she was successful enough to acquire an entire building at 31 Rue Cambon in Paris, which would become the famous Chanel Couture House. From a poorhouse orphanage to a townhouse in the most fashionable part of Paris, the transformation was complete. Or so it seemed. Throughout the 1920s, Coco Chanel reigned as one of Paris's premier couture houses. She had hit her stride, designing groundbreaking clothing that defined an era. But perhaps her most legendary contribution of that decade was the invention of the little black dress.